Good morning. This is Lorraine, and we're back from vacation.
Yeah, Jennifer here as well.
Okay, so this week we want to talk about LinkedIn. And it is not, or it doesn't have to be, the stuffy, boring platform that you imagine.
No, I mean, it is a business place, but I think we're conditioned to think that when you're in the business setting, that personality is not something that you should bring out. You should be very neutral, and we've just been taught that for a long time.
But the truth is, when you work in a company and you go to work, yes, you bring your professional, but you have conversations over coffee, you have conversations at the water cooler. You actually get more done in meetings that are quick, informal, and start maybe with what'd you do this weekend?
I think that's the key. Like, how informal can we be on LinkedIn and not, break the norm of what's normal on LinkedIn?
I think there is a balance. And I've seen people that I think go too far. There are some photos that really don't represent you well. Yes, I know you're trying to show that you're authentic and you're having a bad day. I don't know that I need that much authenticity.
Sometimes it's a brand for some people to like talk about how bad of a day they're having.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with, this didn't go well or whatever, but I think particularly around selecting the images, I've started doing something that actually is making my LinkedIn more interesting and more fun. I have specific kinds of content for each day. And my Sunday content is a question or conversation starter. And so I will share maybe one of my photographs, or I shared a couple weeks ago for my husband's birthday, we went on a bourbon tour. And I shared the photos of the bourbon tour and talked about kind of planning an adventure and planning something fun and encouraging people to respond. That content is getting way more engagement.
I think it was short. It was sweet. It was to the point. There wasn't this long storytelling. I love a good story, but it almost seems overdone. And but to each its own. But yeah, I thought it was great too.
Yeah, thank you. I have really enjoyed the questions, and so now my Sunday content is always a question.
Yeah.
My Monday content is my newsletter.
Yeah.
And I have the whole week kind of mapped out like that. And so it makes it easier for me to schedule and plan because I can think through 3 or 4 questions and get them scheduled.
Yeah.
And then I can think through so it's both more fun, more engaging, and also
More efficient.
less work, more efficient.
Yeah. Efficient's my middle name. I love that.
So what else are you seeing on LinkedIn that's working or not working as far as just increasing your enjoyment?
Commenting more, trying to engage in more people's conversations that they have going on, rather than just always posting. I mean, yeah, I put out a lot of content, but, I want to engage in what everybody else is putting out as well. So that's been enjoyable.
Absolutely. And I have a small group of women. I wouldn't necessarily call it a LinkedIn pod, and you're part of that group, that when I have something I really want engagement on, I reach out to this group of 6 or 7 people and say, hey, would you share the love? And when they do, that generates more conversations and other people join the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
I've been following along too. I'm kind of liking how LinkedIn is doing the reels, and then it's kind of I don't know if you've seen, like, there is a topic, and then there's several people have done the same topic. And I know that's similar to what TikTok did, but they're more like businessy type topics, and they're fun for me. I like them.
I can get lost in the reels. I do on Facebook sometimes, and it's a different kind of reel.
Yeah.
But I am enjoying the reels. The other thing is, I think LinkedIn has been experimenting. They're trying to see how reels fit. They did an experiment recently that really blew up in their face. In trying to improve the user experience, they started showing more older content.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a regular user, I was like, this is a week old. This is a month old. I don't want to see this again. Why am I getting comments on posts that are 3 weeks old? And on the one hand, it was annoying for me as a frequent visitor. LinkedIn was thinking, well, for people who don't drop in as often.
Mm-hmm.
But they really got a lot of negative pushback. And so they've reversed it. They've rolled back that algorithm update, so you should see more newer content.
Mm-hmm.
But
I liked it. I was okay with it.
Well, see, and I would actually encourage people, if you want more engagement, when you find somebody who has said something really cool that you want to comment on, go look at their feed and find something a little older that is interesting and comment on that. You're more likely to get noticed.
Well, yeah, because I mean, especially if you find one that had a lot of comments on and a lot of benefits things, and you go back and bring it back to the table. Obviously, it was a popular subject, so now you kind of bring it back to the table.
And again, it's fun because more people are likely to respond to you, interact with you, and people that maybe you don't know. And that's really the key. You want to keep talking to people who don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like this topic too, from the standpoint of maybe some people are using AI too much and too much copy, and we're not getting that human interaction that we really crave when it comes to social media. It's becoming more of like a billboard of, let me just post out like what I do and who I help and how I can help you. And it just feels, maybe it's my own feed, but I feel like I'm being sold to 24/7 a lot on LinkedIn. It's like, okay, or I'm hearing this scare tactic all the time to where I almost want to put LinkedIn down, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to hang out there.
Yes. And I think a lot of that is cultivating your feed. And the more that you comment on people who are interesting and talking about different things, the more of that kind of content and the less of the billboardy stuff.
True. I will follow people that like I want to know what they're talking about, maybe for marketing, but I don't want my whole feed that. But it starts to become that.
Yeah, and as an amateur photographer, I'm trying to seek out. A lot of the photographers are just promoting their headshot businesses. Not going to follow that. I don't need to see every headshot you've made.
No.
But there are some photographers who are sharing pictures of their work.
Yeah.
And when I can stumble across them, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you've always been a lover of the Instagram world.
Yeah. But you know, Instagram is doing the same thing right now. It's like advertisement, advertisement, advertisement.
Yeah.
Just one other quick note. As you're thinking about LinkedIn and how it's different from some of the other platforms, LinkedIn has publicly come out and said, yeah, hashtags ain't really a thing. Their software is not good at kind of collecting the content, and their new algorithm is much better at reading and indexing your content with the help of their AI. Hashtags are irrelevant essentially on LinkedIn, and I expect they're going to become less and less relevant in other places. So would you?
I'm relevant in other places. Like I don't see any particular lift. So I'm hashtags in general. Like I see them misused a lot. I mean, that's a whole, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think where they started on Twitter, they were so powerful.
Went out so fast, like you could like search on a topic. That's where it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Number one, I want all of you, if you're listening and you haven't followed Jen and I, be sure to look for us on LinkedIn.
All right, take care now.
We'll see you next week. Bye now.